So I just want to say this while it's on my mind. Doing these random band blogs, and to begin with, I am not feeling well today. It is, I think it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Anyways, it's a Wednesday. This will hopefully be released on a Friday. I'm not feeling all that great today, and I guess that's just life. It happens, and I guess I'm a little concerned with this whole coronavirus thing coming out, and my main concern is obviously if Noelle gets it or something of that nature. She is immunosuppressed, and they do talk about patients that have suppressed immune systems, but I don't know if they're talking about her with their kidney transplant, or they're talking more like AIDS patients or chemotherapy patients. I'm not trying to make this a serious vlog because I want these to be like these random band vlogs, and but one thing I did think about was when I do the random vlogs, I'm likely to say things that are in error or mistaken because I'm just shooting from the cuff. Last week I did the van vlog on would you rather have a hamster-sized elephant or an elephant-sized hamster. I got it wrong. It wasn't supposed to be that. It was supposed to be, instead of elephant, it was supposed to be rhino. But I thought gray, and I went to elephant. So I guess it shows I'm a little biased to begin with, right? Because if I'm already just saying, oh, gray means elephant, but there's a couple of things that I said in there, and something I said in particular, and I may be wrong about it, or at least I may be mistaken about it. I mentioned the aspect of I didn't think that hamsters could love or show affection the way an elephant shows affection, and I've done a little bit of research on that, and I started thinking about it because I would say a hamster is in the rodent family, and I did some research on it, and the understanding that I have after doing a little bit of research is that, and I'm going to try to link the articles below if possible, but hamsters do have the ability to have moods. I'm not real certain about the exact extent of that, but they can have moods. They did this study, if I remember correctly, where they put one group of hamsters in a really sweet get-up, and the other one in like this basic, accommodations. And they found that the ones that were in like the really, really sweet like accommodations, they were more likely to, and I think they had a water dropper that they would go to, but they were more likely to go to the water dropper even in situations that may be presented dangerous to them. In other words, they were more open and carefree, and they seemed to have a bolder outlook on life, and they seemed to I don't know the proper terminology, the proper word to use, but in other words, they seem to be happier, and seem to have less concern, and just overall have a better disposition on life. And they've also, the research that I was reading was that a happier hamster, so to say, is better for research. That's what they're coming, but the conclusion they're coming to. But I was thinking about it because I had a friend of mine who had a rat, and that rat was very affectionate, or it seemed to be affectionate. And I think that's the thing that I'm thinking about right now, and I'm still thinking about it. Is that affection, or is it something that we equate to affection because we're personifying these creatures? And I mean elephants and hamsters both, okay? I like to believe my dog is affectionate, but sometimes I just think maybe he just likes the way my hand tastes. I don't know. And can these animals have the same level of affection as humans do? In other words, is it equivalent? Or are we just saying, oh, we want our dogs to be affectionate because that's what we want their dogs and hamsters and maybe if you have a pet elephant, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But is it that we want them to be affectionate, so we just kind of place that onto them? I really don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, I would say that there is a certain level of affection and love, at least from what the evidence is showing so far, or as the best as what. I mean, who knows what love is? I mean, I want to be fair, and let's just put it like that. I mean, who knows what love is? I think that's a question that we've been trying to answer for years. I don't even think we can say we know what love is between humans. I think a lot of times we just kind of, they say I love you or whatnot, and I mean, I think that's a little hard to define. I'm going to talk right before the end of this vlog, but I think that's just a little hard to say what it is. And I know a lot of times we'll throw that word out there just because to get what we want. I mean, I'm not trying to say that to in other words, our motives are not always. So I'm trying to park here. Our motives are not always. I'll put it this way. Our motives can be self-serving. They're not always genuine. They're and so love is very complicated. But I think in a small way, no pun intended, a small hamster, maybe has the ability to love as best as they can given the nature of themselves, and maybe that should be good enough. I know that sounds. I mean, like, I have a almost 8-month-old daughter now, and obviously I don't think her capacity to love is the same as my wife's capacity to love. I don't think she's developed enough to be able to love me in the same way or to the same degree my wife loves me. I know that when my daughter is older and her brain is fully developed, she is going to have more of a capacity to love me, and perhaps maybe this hamster or whatnot is or any small creature is going to be able to love at the best of their ability, and I think we can appreciate that. So if you have a hamster and you're offended by what I said, or you have a kid who has a hamster and is offended by what I said, I'm kind of going to draw back on that a little bit, and I'll say that to some degree it does seem like a hamster can show some sort of affection and some sort of love, but to the best of their ability. And I think that has to count for something as far as if we're deciding whether or not we should feel good about our hamster loving us, or if our hamster loves us or not, or any animal loves us. Same with dogs. I think my dog shows affection to the best of his ability. He'll never be able to show affection the way my mom or dad is able to show affection and love, but he does what he can. And I think that's just something we need to keep in mind when we're dealing with people and we're dealing with other creatures and so on and so forth. So forgive me, I never had a hamster growing up. Instead, I had asthma. Aww. And there's just a lot I didn't know, and I'm going to be learning. And on these vlogs, like I said, these random vlogs, I'm going to be making mistakes. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to research after I say it, because you got to keep in mind, I'm not able to research it before I say it. If I make a mistake, or a mistake that I know I've made, and feel free to call me out as well, I'm going to try to research and I'm going to try to bring that back to you. So week 1, I may have this random thing I talk about. I may just talk out my head or whatnot. I'm trying to be appropriate. And if I think I made a mistake, or if something comes to my attention, and I appreciate y'all who bring stuff to my attention, I'll try to do the research, and I'll try to post links, and I'll try to correct the mistakes that I made. So for now, I'll say I probably was a little mistaken on the whole hamster issue, and about love and affection and so on and so forth. So thank you again for watching. I just ask that if you like the video. If you dislike the video, like if I say something of like hamsters can't love you and you hate that, dislike that video. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you like it, like it. And please comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, and just thank you again for watching. And like I've said before, I know there's not a whole lot of time in the day, and I appreciate you taking your time to watch this video.